So, Iris Cookie is the newest fighter cookie in Tower of Adventures, and with the release of Do Cookie, it is finally time to release her guide. In today's video, I will be covering everything you need to know, from how her kit works, to her promotions, to how to build her, and even her rotations. So, let's get on with the video, shall we? Starting with her kit overview, her passive is pretty simple. Whenever she defeats an enemy or activates an elemental burst, she will gain a stacking basic attack damage buff. This will stack up to 3 times, so every 3 enemies she defeats, or every 3 elemental bursts she activates, or a combination of both, she will gain stacking basic attack damage. As for her basic attack itself, it is a pretty long 5-hit combo, with the 4th hit attacking 2 times. Now she also has a charge attack that can be used in the middle of a combo. If used outside of a combo, it does have a wind up, but if you use it in the middle of her basic attack combo, it will automatically do it. Upon using her special skill, she will deal damage to nearby enemies and will grant herself a shield. Now when she's in this enhanced state, her basic attacks will do more damage, have a wider AoE, and she will have increased attack speed. This is her main damage source. When she is not inside of this enhanced state, she will deal significantly less damage. Finally, for her ultimate, it is a standard AoE nuke. You shoot it out in an area in front of you, and it does a ton of damage to any enemies that it hits. Overall, her kit is pretty simple to understand. You just want to be attacking an enemy that has an elemental tag, go into your special skill, and just do a bunch of damage to enemies. Now starting off with her promotions, her first promotion does quite a lot. First off, it increases the damage of her basic attack and charge attack by 5%. And whenever she uses her special skill, she will do an extra amount of damage. And when she's in her special skill, her dash will have a 1-second lower cooldown. For her second promotion, her crit rate is increased by 10%, and the duration of her special skill is increased by 4 seconds. Also, the shield that she gets from using her special skill is increased by 50%. So that shield goes from 10% of your max HP to 15% of your max HP. And finally, her third promotion will increase her water attack damage and her attack speed while she is in her special skill state, and also it makes it so that way your next 3 charge attacks after using your special skill will do extra damage. This should be a high priority promotion. Her final promotion just increases her attack, defense, and HP by plus 8% and her total damage dealt by plus 4%. Moving on to her artifacts, her best artifact will be her signature Tales from the Rain. This is the first artifact to have crit damage as its default stat, making it a very unique artifact. But what makes it both good and bad is its unique ability, making it so that you will get extra water damage after using your special skill and extra attack after using your ultimate. Iris Cookie can have a 100% uptime on both of these buffs. The issue is that these are buffs that are kind of saturated within water's current damage. As with the current buffs that Eternal Magician and both Dew and Rockstar provide, you're getting a lot of too specific stats, which can lead to dilution. This still makes it her best artifact, as it is her most consistent artifact. But next update, with the introduction of Wind Asparagus, this along with Dew's artifact will be getting reworked. So yeah, this information will change, but it will still probably be her best artifact. Now the reason why I say it's her best one because of consistency is because Opportunity Strikes is currently her technically best artifact. We all know it, we all probably love it. Opportunity Strikes is the biggest crit damage stat stick in the entire game, providing a ton of crit damage, and even more if you are below a certain HP threshold. The issue with this artifact is that you need to be below an HP threshold, otherwise you're not getting the buff. So that can be pretty bad to use, and it can feel pretty bad to use. But with the rework of Iris Cookie's artifact, this should no longer be the case, and her artifact should just be the best. And honestly, if your Iris Cookie artifact is not maxed, you could definitely use Opportunity Strikes instead, because it is still a very good second option and is technically the best under correct circumstances. Now the third and final artifact I can truly recommend is going to be Fruits of Labor. This artifact is notorious for not being too good. Yeah. It does have really good synergy with Iris Cookie, which is why I can recommend it, and it provides okay-ish stats. The issue is that it actually provides way less stats than Iris Cookie's artifact does. Like, way less. At max, Iris Cookie's artifact is providing plus 50% water damage and plus 40% attack, while Cream Soda's is only providing 30% attack damage and 30% elemental damage. Basically only use this if you have no other option. Now, 2 other artifacts I want to address. No Turning Back is technically usable if you want to use her as a ultimate nuker, which is definitely possible in Infinite Labyrinth. But this is not an actual artifact you should be running if you want to use her in every game mode. Also, for her rare options, Warrior's Oath is going to be my recommended one. Just pair her up with other water cookies and you are getting a lot of elemental damage. And the second recommended would be Lonesome Moonlight. The issue is that it has the annoying HP threshold, like opportunity strikes, but if you meet it, you're getting an okay amount of attack. Only use these if you have none of the other epic options. For equipment, her best weapon is obviously her signature Spear of Meandering Tides. Like all uniques before it, it has the Tower Climber bonus that provides total damage for fighter type cookies, and its default set just provides an overwhelming amount of attack. This is basically required at this point. As for her epic options, the Candy Boomerang, Golden Choco Spear, and the Baguette Staff are all pretty good options. You could use the Fragrant Laurel Bow, but I hate this item, so don't use it, use the other three instead. Moving on to equipment sets. Her best equipment set is obviously going to be Suspicious Hunter, as she is a basic attacking character. Now, the reason why I had to wait to make Iris Cookie's guide was because we didn't actually know if this would still be her best equipment set with the release of Do Cookie. The reason why is if you don't know how stats work, when you provide too much of one stat, the more you give of that stat, the less it actually does. And we thought that could happen with Do Cookie because Do Cookie actually gives basic attack bonus. But it still turns out this is her best. It provides a good amount of crit rate and crit damage for its set pieces, and its set bonus gives attack and basic attack damage bonus. The basic attack damage is really what you are looking for because it just increases her damage by so much because, guys, she's a basic attacker. Overall, if you want to use her, make sure you get this on her. Now, her second best is going to be the TBD uniform. This was the set that was contending against Suspicious Hunter for her best set. This set provides a bunch of attack and elemental damage bonus, which is why it is so good. The only issue is it has the requirement of having to attack an enemy with an elemental tag, but you should be playing with a tagger anyway, so that's not really an issue. But it turns out that the stats on Suspicious Hunter and the basic attack damage just makes Suspicious Hunter the better set. But if you do have a TBD set on her, you can totally keep it if you are not trying to completely min-max for the end game. Just note that Suspicious Hunter is still better. Now, the budget set is going to be the Sea Mermaid set. This is the standard water elemental set, and if you have none of the other options, you can go ahead and use this, but do not heavily invest in it because it just provides a lot less stats. TBD is basically the premium version of every single elemental set, which would be, you know, like Wind Spirit, Fire Demon, and Sea Mermaid, and all those. So this is just a worse TBD, and that's not good. If you are super new to the game or super early into the game, you can throw this on her with some okay hidden powers, but do not heavily invest in this set because it is a waste of resources. Now, a final set that I want to mention is going to be the Memory Shard set, and that is because Infinite Labyrinth. If you want to make her nuke enemies with her ult in Infinite Labyrinth, go ahead and use this set, but for the love of everything, don't use this anywhere else. Now, out of every other set, I don't really think there's any other ones worth covering, so let's move on to hidden powers. Now, for her hidden powers. If you are using Suspicious Hunter with Do Cookie and either artifact, you are going to want 2 water elemental attack, 4 attack percent, and 2 crit rate. This is because you have enough crit damage from both Do Cookie and your artifacts, so you do not need to invest it in your hidden powers along with your Suspicious Hunter piece. But if you're using Rockstar Cookie instead of Do Cookie, then you can trade out one of those attack rolls for a crit damage roll because you need the extra crit damage with Rockstar Cookie. If you're running TBD, I would just put more priority on crit rate and crit damage as opposed to attack percent because TBD already provides a ton of attack percent, so you do need the extra crit rate and crit damage. While I do not have perfect rolls, this is what my crit rate crit damage ratio looks like with my Iris Cookie, so I guess yours should look similar if you have her built. Now, who is Iris Cookie going to be good with? Options. Well, first of all, her best team for damage is going to be with Sonic Water Cookie and with Do Cookie. Now that is because they are just the new standard for water supports. Sonic Water is a very capable tagger at increasing the damage that enemies take from water type cookies, along with shredding some elemental resistance with his signature artifact. So overall, he's a very good tagger for water type cookies. As for Do Cookie, he is now just one of the best water supports as he does a lot. He increases attack with his charge up attack, he increases elemental damage with his artifact, and he increases crit damage with his ultimate along with basic attack damage if you have promotions. All of this makes him the perfect partner for Iris Cookie. Now you can still use Gumball Cookie if you do not have Sonic Water, and you can definitely still use Rockstar if you do not have Do Cookie. They both work just fine, and do not worry about it too much unless you're going for like end-to-end game content. Now if the content is not element locked, you can pair her up with Candy Drop, good old reliable defense Shredder, we love Candy Drop here, and you can also pair her up with other debuffers like Honey Bear Cookie or Blackberry Cookie, more preferably Honey Bear Cookie though, but that is about it for her teammates. Now, will where Iris Cookie be used? Fantastic question. So she is the newest high DPS cookie. She does the most DPS out of any team in multiplayer modes, so she's going to excel against bosses in multiplayer like champion raids. She will still be the best for any boss related content in single player modes though, so something like guild battles, you are going to want to use her, and she can even find usage in Infinite Labyrinth with her high AoE. Generally, she's a very good versatile water cookie. Also, her adventure mode perks are really fun, so try her out there. Now moving on to her rotation. It's pretty simple, but it does require some precision, and it's kind of hard to get down. So it's going to be special skill, into your ultimate, and then you're going to want to do basic attack, charge attack, basic attack, charge attack, basic attack, charge attack, and then spam your basic attack combo. Now you see I mess it up there. What your goal should be in this basic attack, charge attack, basic attack, charge attack is to just do it seamlessly within the combo. Otherwise it will mess up your timing, just like this. This is to just optimize your damage and is going to be what you want to do to get the most out of her damage. So a full rotation might look something like this. We'll start off with the Sonic Water ultimate, into the Dew ultimate, into the special skill, into the ultimate, into basic attack, charge attack, basic attack, charge attack, basic attack, charge attack, into just spamming our basic attacks. That is what a single player rotation might look like for Iris Cookie, but a multiplayer one would just be Iris Cookie's portion with this special skill, into the ultimate, into the boom, 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 into just spamming that. So it's a little bit, but it is by far not the worst rotation we have in the game. And I think that is all. If you guys enjoyed, a like and subscribe would be super duper appreciated. These videos take time to make, and you know, liking and subscribing is the least you can do. Also, feel free to join my Discord server in the description down below. Anyways, I'll see you guys next video. Peace.